What I want to talk to you guys about, my title, David versus Goliath, and it's not because of my height, so for all you tall people, it's not that at all. It's really about the fact when you get into this industry, when you get into this world, when it came to estimating, came to budgeting, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what landscaping was about. I knew I had to cut grass and I could build a retaining wall. I had no idea what this whole thing that I was getting into was going to be about. So I was David and I was going against the world, it felt like. A little bit about myself. I'm the CEO of the company. I'm the division director of the design build division. We also run maintenance and snow. I got my degree from the Ohio State University. Go Buckeyes, OH. Thank you. Also got a minor in landscape construction and minor in landscape architecture and a minor construction management. I did not like school. I did not like college. I liked working. I liked calluses. All I wanted to do was work hard. But when I finally switched majors to horticulture, I said, this clicks. Really enjoyed it, had fun with it. And then the more I could learn with it, it was fantastic. And when I was in landscape architecture, sitting at a desk all day, I'm like, this is not me. I will never sit at a desk all day. I sit at a desk all day. But it happens. Company's been around since 1998. I have a business partner, he's at Breakfast of Champions right now as well too. So what are we here to talk about today? Scaling up. We wanted to be bigger, we didn't know how, and I didn't know why. Just felt like we should be bigger, right? It's the American dream. I went to a face-to-face in Ohio, a place called Louisville, Ohio. Jim Paluch is a consultant in this industry, and I went to Enviroscapes, which was Todd Pugh at the time. And I was like, meeting other landscape companies. At the time, we were maybe $1 million, $2 million, very small. And then I go to a company and I see someone who's huge, and I see an awesome facility, and I see great trucks, and I see organization and paperwork. I'm like, this is what I want to do. This should be great. And it happened to come at a great time in my life, because about that same time, my wife looks at me, she's like, is this a job or is this a career? I'm like, I hadn't thought about that yet. Maybe I should make a decision right here. So I said, let's go for the career thing. Let's see how this works out. So 2011, we started with LMN. I had never done a budget before in my life. Remember, we started in 1998. Never did a budget. Hopefully by January 5th, we knew how much money we made. We celebrate, we cry, which was it? We didn't know. But we grew every single year, almost at an average of 20% since we started this company. Always growing, always figuring out what to do. But our first budget, $2.5 million. 2020 budget, $14 million. The team here, by the way, my employees think it's only $13 million, so sorry if you're just seeing this for the first time. I already started the budget and realized it's got to go up a little bit. And right now, the reason we're doing it, the market's giving it away. I don't think I've talked to anyone in this room right now who's not swamped, who's not busy. Besides needing more manpower out there, the work is there. So if people are giving you money, raise your prices, sell more. Keep raising your prices till they say no. So what we're doing right now, we just started our budget for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. 5-year budgeting is in place. It'll be done by November 15th. Now, as much as we like to look at this and people on my team or other people say, well, what's the next election going to do? What if you don't get your H-2B? What if something happens with your sales staff? Yeah, I know. What if you get hit by a car walking out the street? You know, you got to go for it. So we're going to budget for 5 years. We're going to figure out what to do. We're going to plan accordingly. If you have to change, that's okay. So what are you doing right now that's holding you back? Something is definitely holding people back. Sometimes it's your software. Sometimes it's your people. It's your labor force. It's your systems. You have to figure out what that is. You can't fix all of them. Find the one, fix it. Move on. Keep moving on. One of the things for us was budgeting for success. Again, as I told you guys, we didn't start budgeting until almost 2011. I had no idea that you should put equipment in every single job. Didn't even know what overhead meant. There was a lot of big words out there that I'd never heard about. We had to figure out our growth and our income expectations. What's the cost of goods sold? I don't know. What is that? I'll figure it out. Gross margin, never heard of that either. Overhead SG&A, sure, big words, really cool. I don't know how to say that in Latin, but I could tell you 700 trees and plants in Latin, no problem. I could build a retaining wall. I could hit my thumb time after time with a dead blow, but I had no idea what this meant. Profit margin, I knew what profit was. I didn't know that there was a margin associated with it. So what do we have to do? We had to start tracking our progress. We had to start figuring things out. And luckily, because LMN was giving these types of things, we were able for the first time to figure out what we could reproduce time and time again. We had to have certain systems in place, and we used LMN to do this. We would review the estimate with the salesperson and the contract administrator. Daily clock-ins with crew to ensure logged into the correct job. By the way, we still struggle with this today. 75 people in the field, and I still have to check to make sure they're clocked into the right job. And if they get the right job, are they in the right task? Too many tasks, which one, boss? We'll write it down for you on a dry erase board. We still use dry erase boards. Track, measure, and update your production rates. Get the materials ordered. Update your schedule. Consistent and constant job tracking. Every day you have to track your jobs. Every single day. It's your own daily report. You have to know where your crews are. You have to know what's going on. You got to check all these things out. It's vital to know what's going on, and it's vital that you call and ask them, that you give them a 12 o'clock expectation and a 4 o'clock expectation, and that they know that they're going to be working on Saturday by Tuesday because you can already forecast what's going to be happening, because you've looked at the weather, you've talked to the client, and you know what's going to go on. Not Friday at 6 o'clock, oh gosh, can you guys work tomorrow? No. What's your plan? This is all done by our project management at the top. Then we have our contract administrator who's helping to get these things in. We use something called an MPSS. That's a master production spreadsheet. So after we build the estimate, we do all the processes, then we put it into a production sheet so we can figure out where everybody is at one time, because I want to understand the revenue on a daily basis. I want to know when the job is sold, what are we getting per man hour? Is it 120 per man hour, 80 per man hour, 205 per man hour? Yes, that is associated with materials. We don't charge 205 per man hour. If anybody does, please find me after and tell me how you're doing it. So we got to get everything into our production sheet so we can figure out where everyone's going to go, because I want to know how much revenue I'm going to have that month based on the manpower. 22 people working per day, 24, what is it? A lot of this is referring to the design build side. So we do this because I want to know every month where we're going to be. Are we going to hit budget? Are we going to be ahead, behind? What do we got to do? More overtime? What's the work going to give us? And how do we make it happen? So we track our progress. We use LMN time. How many people in the room use LMN time? If you're not, get involved with it. It works. It's amazing. It's very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. It's not intimidating. It's not the Goliath. Man-hours progress is huge. It's measurable. I had no idea, again, when I got into landscaping, that I loved math. Landscaping is math. Business is math. Every single day. You're trying to figure out how many square feet can they lay today? How many plants can they install? A 1 gallon, a 3 gallon, a 5 gallon. Demo? No idea. We never know demo, but you should be able to track everything that you guys are doing on a consistent basis. How many square feet can you mow? How much string line can you put out in a day? What if it rains? I don't know. We don't bid because of rain. I never do a bid because of rain. And I never want to hear my team tell me, well, it rains, so we're behind schedule. Never want to hear that. Not because I'm insensitive, a little bit, but mostly because I didn't budget for that, I can't plan for that, and I don't want to hear about that. It's going to happen. You got to figure out a way to get through that. So I know it happened. I don't need you to tell me that's why you're behind schedule. I already knew that's why you're behind schedule. I don't want excuses. I just want, when are we going to finish, and are we going to hit the hours? We always do an estimate review versus actuals. We actually take our job planner out of LMN. We save it as an Excel sheet so that we can create a column with the budget versus actuals, because I want to understand. When we said we were going to pay $7.50 a square foot for that product and I got an invoice, why does it say $8.10? That's 60 cents off, 10,000 square feet. I have a real problem with that. Call it my supplier. Oh, sorry, we sent it up to corporate, we forgot we gave you special pricing, we're real sorry about that. Great, I'll take the next free delivery. Okay, we'll do that. Great, thanks, appreciate it. Then the hours. Do we really hit the production rates we were supposed to? We track every job. Not every job. We track the jobs that we care the most about and the jobs we want to do over and over and over again. I don't have the time to do a $5,000 job. I'll be honest, we should have it done in less than a day. There's not a lot of time to build it all up, track it. But if we're doing a $100,000 job to a $1 million job, we're tracking it. And that folder gets huge, but it's worth it. Again, as I said, I want my monthly revenue. I want to know what we're going to bill out right now in the month of October, what November looks like, and what December looks like. We use H2B at our company. They leave December 10th. I've got every single hour booked of every single day from now until December 15th, 13th, and I know what my revenue is going to be. I don't have any sick days. I don't have any rain days. I've even got Saturdays in there because that's what I'm going for. So if it rains, am I going to miss? I don't think so. The budget to actual analysis. This is where these numbers come back in again. Are you using your numbers? If you're much like I was in the beginning, all I wanted to do was build stuff. I just wanted the next job. Didn't really care. I've got another job sold. They're already yelling at me. I got a graduation party. I got to get there. I got to go, 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 go. I'll worry about the numbers at the end of the year. Stop. Hit the pause button. Go back and look at the job. The next job's going to be there no matter what, so you start a day late. Spend a day back at the office, close out the job the right way, bring in the foreman. Why did we miss today? Well, the cat broke down. Wait, cat never breaks down. Where are you, John? Sorry about that. All we use is cat, by the way, because I got the best service team there is. But something happened today. We blew a track. No problem. The bid was still good. You missed it by 30 hours because something unforeseen happened. That's okay. Your number was still good. Use that number again and again. Don't panic just because you didn't hit a job. If you hit every single job, you're amazing. You should be doing $50 million a year and you should grow for forever. But if you screw up, it's going to happen. Don't let those screw-ups cost you too much time and too much money. So we try to do what we call a job closeout. So once it's done, close it out. Go through the estimate again. Where did we miss? Was it on the plant material? Was it on the hardscapes? Was it on the project management that was involved? Did we miss a permit? Was there a fence that was supposed to go in that we didn't find out about? Close out your job. Figure out what happened. See if there's any trends in there. What are you doing over and over again where you're consistently making money, and why am I losing money over and over and over again? Why do I keep selling this? Again, with a degree in landscape architecture and a degree in horticulture, all I wanted to do was build patios because I thought that was where all the money was. Let's build patios. Then I started putting plants into these projects. I'm like, wait, plants, you make a lot more money on plants. And then I talked to someone like Mike Lasecki, who, by the way, is the CTO. He's also my business consultant. He's also, talked me off of a ledge multiple times. I think I even called him crying one time. But he's been there to tell me this is how you make your money. More materials. Get the plants into your designs. You can install a $10,000 plant job mostly in a day. Pretty hard to build a $10,000 patio in a day. Get the plants in there. Make it beautiful. Give them the resort. Don't give them the landing pad. Give them the whole thing. You got to forecast as much as possible. You got to get out ahead of your jobs. Quit building, start planning. And then partners. So for some of you who might have been to our tour, we had a Jeffrey Scott tour back in August at our facility. And it was the Design Build Summit. And we had companies all over from North America, which was fantastic. And one of the things that I was in charge of was talking about the sales. I absolutely love selling. Love to do it every single day. I'm trying to replace myself right now as a salesperson at my company because I'm not the best salesperson with paperwork because I hate paperwork. But I love to sell. Love to be with a client, love to talk about landscaping, love to get people excited about what we're going to give them, what we're going to create. But you have to be really good at what you do the best. And I don't do the paperwork the best. So I'm getting someone in so that I can teach my team how to sell all the time. That's what I want to do. I realize my weakness. So we tried to figure out ways to help our sales team get out there and do even more. So I had to remind everybody, these are the partners that you need to use. When Jeffrey Scott was there, if you're not utilizing these services, this is what you should be doing. Marketing is great, but partners are better. These aren't vendors, these are partners. Interior decorators. Does anybody in the room work with interior decorators? If you don't, do it. They know how to get clients to spending money quickly, rapidly. They can get someone to spend $20,000 on a rug for $20,000, and you can barely get them to do the lighting upgrade for $20,000, right? Use those interior decorators. They can get people to spend money without any doubt, without any hesitation. They'll be afraid to buy a pillow without talking to their interior decorators. Utilize them, find them, take them food, take them drinks, offer to do whatever they need you to do. Be in their office, be present. Builders, convince them to let you work with the homeowner directly. Ease their pain. Don't get in their way. You're not more important than the builder. How can I assist you? You want me to help you with your gravel? I'll keep my equipment out of the way. Let me know when I can be there. Yes, you're more organized than any builder probably is going to be. You probably have a better business than your builder does. He probably has 20 subs that didn't show up that day. So be the one sub that shows up, be the one sub that helps, and be the one sub that he'll only call you every single time moving forward. Ease their pain. Other design firms. Some of you in the room probably have had other designers that hand you guys a design, and you go out and you bid it, and it's great because you don't have to have an in-house designer. We have in-house designers. I'm a designer. So when we were getting designs from other firms asking us to bid out on projects and bid against other companies, I did what all good owners do. Our designs are better. Let me show you how I can improve his design or her design. And very quickly, I lost all relationships with that designer because I was taking apart their work because I thought mine was better. It's not better. It was a different approach. They had already established a relationship with that designer. And here I was trying to step on that other designer and show off. That hurt. Lost business. Didn't want to do that. Had to go find more business. Took 2 years for that designer to call me back. He just called me back because the interior decorator said you have to use Hidden Creek Landscaping. So then he had to call me. So now I got to go back and do whatever it takes to make sure I prove to him, we'll do whatever you want to do. We work with pool builders. It's been one of our greatest referrals this year. Pool builders. In the state of Ohio, which by the way, it can be pretty gray, it can be pretty dark, and the winter can be almost 5 months long. Pools are opened up mostly Memorial Day and pretty close to Labor Day they shut down. Pool business right now are booked out almost 2 years to get a pool in the ground. It's that big. We got in with the pool companies. We said, we'll design it for you. No charge, whatever it takes. Let us do the design. We'll do the decking for you. We'll do everything for you. We started doing anything that they asked us to do because we wanted the whole project. He can have the pool. From one pool vendor alone, he's referred us $2 million this year. No referral fee, no nothing, no marketing. Here's $2 million. You guys want it? Thank you. We appreciate that very much. And your vendors, trusted vendors. Pay your bills on time. Do not let them finance you. Get your vendors paid on time. They deserve it. You want to be paid on time. You want your clients to pay you on time. Pay your bills on time. Pay ahead of schedule. It gives you great bargaining power when you want that special deal. When you want to jump someone else who maybe doesn't pay their bills. When you need that delivery because you forgot to call it in the day before and you need it done in 2 hours. And you can remind them, hey, are all my bills, am I current right now? Yeah, you're actually our best payer. You average 21 days. Anyone else? Nope. How's my delivery look? I guess I can be there in 2 hours. Fantastic. Thanks for working with me. What can you do? You're not using your ego. You're using your resources to pay your bills. So you have to make sure you collect your money on time as well, too. So how are you unique? Uniqueness can be hard. We used to work the garden shows, the trade shows, and I would get that question, well, what's different? Well, how are you different than these other 20 companies here? And I got tired of talking and going through this whole spiel. I'm like, you don't really care. You just want to know, is my number cheaper than theirs? That's all you want to know. We stopped all garden shows. I didn't want to do them anymore. I didn't want to be associated with the tire kickers. I didn't want to go to a meeting where there were 7 people bidding on the exact same project, and they were beating us up against each other. Wasn't in the mood. We had to become unique. We had to be different, and it should not be a speech. It should be who you are and what you represent. At the bottom, you can see some of our 2010 installs. I was proud of that work. I was taking pictures of it. Thought, wow, this is cool. Look at what we do. And then where we are now, 2018. We're building stone retaining walls that are 24 feet high. When the guy asked, can you do it? I said, sure. I had no idea if we could do it. I had never done it before. It's natural stone, sure. I built 6 foot, just do that times 4. How hard could it be? It's just going higher. You have to sometimes say yes. We used our designers to push the limits. When I stopped designing and hired landscape architects to come in and work for me, we got better. I was designing to my capabilities. Designers designed to their vision. Get out of your own way. How many times do you guys, as owners, do you guys project manage? You guys are operations managers. I know how to do this. Watch me fix this. I can back this trailer up better than anybody. Yeah, we know. Get out of the way. I actually was out on a job site last week laying pavers, cutting pavers with my crew because we had to work on a Saturday and a Sunday. And I worked for 1 hour. And I took 4 Advil and I had to ice my knees. It was awesome. Best hour I've had in a year. But the crew thought I was great, even though they had to redo some of the work after I left, I found out. They didn't tell me, other people did. Your staff, this is how you're unique. This is what you're doing right now. What does your staff look like? Are they happy? Are they having fun? Are they proud to work for you? Or are you worried that they're not going to show up tomorrow? Or are you terrified that something's going to happen? So you don't discipline them. You don't hold them accountable. You live in fear of, I'm not going to get the next job. They're not going to show up. It's okay. We're fearful too. We let people get away with things we shouldn't. But once you finally get to that point of where you finally feel confident every day in what you're doing, you have to be able to make that decision. It should not be you going back to the field either, by the way, but it does happen. But what are you going to do? Take care of your staff. Make it fun. And what's your appearance look like? On the left, that's my daughter over there. We went to Renewal and Remembrance through NALP, not this year, but last year. That was very important for me. I want to be with the kids section because I want to see what the next generation looks like. I want to see if kids are excited to plant plants. And I want to be able to tell these kids, someday you're going to plant that plant, and 100 years from now, that plant's going to be here even though you're gone. You're forever changing what the world looks like because of that one thing you did. Not many people go into landscaping to make money. I'm pretty sure Mark Bradley did not buy a pickup truck and use an old mower because he thought someday I'm going to be a $50 million company. He did it because he liked to work and that's what he wanted to do. And you got to remember why you got into this. You did it because it's fun and you're forever changing something. But guess what? You can make money doing that as well too. This is our facility. We built this 5 years ago. This is how we wanted to be unique. In the world of design build, I was tired of kitchen tables. I was tired of the dog jumping all over me. I was tired of the husband walking into the meeting 30 minutes late and very angry that they were getting a project that he had no idea that they were getting ready to do. So after the divorce almost happened in front of me, 2 hours later, I was headed home at 8 o'clock at night, which, by the way, my wife was also super happy to see me at 8 o'clock at night. So I said, we're done. We're building a facility, they come to us. The rules change. I went and pitched this to another company, a much larger company, someone I respect a lot, and I said, this is what I want to do. This should be fun, let's do this. He said, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you're going to get people to come to you. So what did I do? I built a building. Of course I'm going to do it. I only needed was one person to tell me it's not going to work. So I took one person's great advice and said, can't wait to show you that we're going to make it work. So we built a facility, we bought acreage, we built our own building, and we landscaped the bejeebers out of it. Yes, we actually mow the grass, we have irrigation in, we do annuals. We do not think that our facility should be last on the list. We make it look like it's something that you would be excited to go to. So when people walk through our door, there's instant buy-in. Not only are we landscapers, you're great business owners. If you're great business owners, I bet you're going to show up. I bet you're going to be there. That's what we're going to do. We have 8 acres there. We just acquired another 2 off to the side. We bought this land when we were a $3 million company. We built the building when we were a $5 million company. We're now a $12 million company, soon to be a $14 million company, and this facility handles all of it. So at $3 million, we had a vision of where we were going to be. We didn't have a budget, we just had a vision, and we went after it. We use our marketing, we use hows all the time. You got to get yourself out there. We got to have the big reviews. I want reviews, I want 5 reviews. We use professional photography. iPhones take amazing shots. You're right. They're great. But do you have time to do it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to edit it? Hire someone. Don't hire them for one project. Say, I'll give you 10 projects. Give me a deal. Bulk pricing. You guys know bulk pricing. We love bulk pricing. Do it in everything that you do. So hire someone to go out. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Yes, patio shots are great. Tree shots are great. Make it realistic. That's what they want. They want a resort in their backyard. They want it to be special. Use drones. Do videos. Do whatever it takes. You have to make it different. You have to show people and improve people's image of what it is that we're actually doing. You have to step it up. So are you ready to use all this info and take it to the next level? Scaling Up. It's a great book by Vern, I can't remember his last name, Hashish. I've been reading it for a while. I read a lot of books, and I hate reading. In case you guys forgot that whole thing about college, I hated all that stuff. But I read books because you have to. You got to figure out what other people are doing, and you can't just take the Cliff Notes, by the way. You got to read the whole book. But yeah, in college, I read the Cliff Notes as much as possible. But what do we do now? We make sure the client can meet your expectations. I did not say you meet the clients. You have to make sure they can meet your expectations. What's your expectation when you sell to these people? Do you want this job or do you need this job? Need is bad, want is good. Educate on the experience for the client of how your process works. Stop. Don't sell the project, sell the process. Establish the new standard for clients to measure against. If they're bidding you against 2 other companies, you want to be first. You want to be the one that as the other 2 walk in, 10 minutes in, they're like, I like the first guys. I like the first guys, and they'll cancel the third one because the second someone else walked through the door, they're already wanting you back. Make yourself unforgettable. Exceed communications and expectations at every step. We all know communication is the #1 problem. Whether it's with your employees, whether it's with your clients, whether it's with your own staff, whether it's with your significant other that you forgot to say you're going to be late because you had to go to a meeting. What is it that you did? Exceed expectations. Let them know what's going on. We're not going to be there on time. We're 2 weeks behind schedule. Don't call them the day before you're supposed to be there. It won't work. And gain positive reviews and referrals for life. We do marketing. We have to do marketing. It's the world. Most all of our work is referrals. Still works because we do a good job. This is our vision and our strategy. This is something I found reading that book. I'm tired of sailing my little boat far inside of the harbor bar. I want to be out where the big ships float, out on the deep where the great ones are. And should my fail craft prove too slight, for storms that sweep these wide seas o'er, better go down in the stirring fight than drowse to death by the sheltered shore. I have to say this to myself frequently. I say this to my team. We were able to double our business in 5 years, and we're getting ready to double our business again in another 5 years. That's what we're going after right now. I'm here with a lot of companies, and I meet people, and they're like, you guys are huge. And then I talk to someone else, I'm like, you guys are huge. And then you guys are giant. I hear a story like Mark Bradley going to $52 million in 18 years. I'm 21 years in, and I'm 12, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? Or is he just that amazing? Yes, and we didn't do anything wrong. But we've been using LMN to get us to where we want to go. And we still screw up. And I still call tech support. And I still use the little thing on the side, the help bar, all the time. And I still watch YouTube videos because it keeps improving. We keep improving. You have to keep improving with what it is you're doing. Right now, with what everybody's given us, what the market's given us, with what the financials are giving us, stop talking about we don't have enough staff. We know. No one has enough staff. Stop talking about it. Make it so that your company is a company everybody wants to work for. It's not always paying more. It's not always giving more referral bonuses. It's about being the best. Clients should think you're the best. Employees should think you're the best. Be the best. And that's hard to do. We do have staffing issues. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you every problem and give you everything that you can do. Go find the people. It's just as important as finding the clients right now. 50% of your marketing should be staffing. 50% of your marketing should be jobs. Do whatever it is you got to do to go get it. Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir. The presentation? I can talk with LMN and see what they can do to get it out to you guys. Be happy to do that. His question was, is the slideshow presentation available through a PDF. And I'll be sure to talk to LMN to see if I can get that to you guys, if anybody else would like it. Any other questions? Question is our business mostly residential or commercial? So, and sometimes I'm a little too honest, so I have no problem giving you guys exactly what we are. You can pretty much look it up. So our company right now at almost $12 million this year, we are about 60% on the design build side. On that design build side, 40% is commercial, 60% is residential. On the maintenance side, which is about maintenance and snow, it's anywhere between $4 to $5 million this year. They are about 90% commercial with about 10% residential. We try to diversify our company as much as possible. If the recession hits, if money goes away, we have the high-end people who, by the way, they love spending money when there's not a lot of money out there. They love showing that off. We keep that high-end residential work there. On the world of maintenance, no one's ever going to stop mowing. No one's ever going to stop pushing snow. That'll never go away. We have not had one year where we haven't grown. We've grown every single year no matter what. This is the first year that we predict to have almost zero growth, maybe 1%. And that's what the team wanted. And I went with it. I said, that's fine, we'll do it 1 year. We'll do it your way. We've had over 10 managers, sales staff, operation managers leave this year or be asked to leave. We had about 4 leave in 4 months. Once those 4 left, the other ones I didn't like anymore, I said, you know what, it already hurts, just go. I don't want it. So we still held maybe about a 1% growth with replacing over 30% of our upper staff. And I looked at the team and I said, I hope you're happy. That was a tie. I'm not at all happy that we didn't grow. But I'm proud that we still hit that number that we set out to hit going through all those pains. And it was painful. We replaced our entire maintenance staff in 1 year's time. That's not field staff, that's upper staff. It's hard. Question?
Yeah, one more question. Are you using LMN to estimate both on the design build side and the maintenance?
We use LMN. The question is, do we use LMN on both sides? Yes, we use it on the design build side. We use it on the maintenance side. On the design build side, I can teach anybody LMN in about 4 hours. It's that fast. I don't teach them well, I found out, by the way. I'm terrible at labeling names, terrible. On the maintenance side, it's a little bit different, but again, we're still working through some of those things.